Powered by Sports Interaction, Canada Sportsbook.
Welcome, Leafs fans. Welcome to Game Over Toronto, where the Leafs, they actually didn't play a game today. No. We're actually here coming live after an absolute clown circus that performance, right? I refuse to believe that
the
was...
first was nice.
Yeah. I don't care. It's a clown circus, and let's get into the spirit of going to the circus. All right, give me a second over here. All right. Oh crap! Not to lose that too quickly.
Oh my god. Did it work?
Let's hope it works.
No.
Is it working?
Are those even helium balloons? It's not working.
Is it working now?
Ah, there we go. Oh god, what a disaster.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working.
Is it really good yet? Let's hope that worked. The Leafs lost to the Habs! Are you kidding me? Wait. This is from my parents' anniversary party, by the way. Oh god, I'm ready for this one. This is gonna be fun today. Is this gonna come out? Am I gonna get any freaking helium out of these balloons? They're almost a week old.
Don't do too much, by the way. I don't think that's good for you.
I don't care, okay?
Oh my goodness. So stupid.
We didn't play it against the freaking Habs. We played it against the OHL. There was a Laval Rockets out there today, okay?
I cannot believe we lost this game. No Cole Caulfield. What the hell is this team doing? What was that second?
Yeah. The second is the second is the worst part. Like, the first period was so dominant, and I was like, all right, 2-0 lead. We look like we're absolutely killing them, and then it just went to shit. Oh god.
I have no clue what the freaking hell happened there. Like, seriously.
Like, that's an AHL level team.
It 100%
right now.
is.
They have so many injuries. You know, Slavkovsky's out for the season. Caulfield, like, no one was expecting him.
Just announced that, yeah.
Yeah, literally just announced he's out for the season. Like, they're a team that has probably a top 3 chance of getting Bedard, because they also have Florida's first round pick as well.
Yeah.
And this is more disappointing than the first game of the season when we lost to them. Like,
I was completely oblivious. I completely forgot about that first game loss, and I'm like, wow. So the team that's at 26th in the league right now has a 100% win record against the Leafs for the season this year, and we're what, like 4th, 5th in the entire league right now?
Yeah.
We're third.
Yeah, and like before the game started, I think BXO was bringing up on stream how we play down to our opponent, and you hear it a lot, right? Actually, wait. First, we should do the ad read.
Oh yeah, I got too carried away.
Before we get into it, we got too intense.
I have so many like balloons left over. Well, this whole podcast is presented by Sports Interaction. I hope you guys enjoyed the helium, by the way. Think you know what way it'll go? Make your bet with Sports Interaction. Whether it's hockey, football, or basketball, Sports Interaction has you covered. Bet pregame, live and play are on one of our many prop bets. Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out. Join now and see all sports betting has to offer. Want to bet? Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. 19 and older, and please play responsibly.
Yeah. So
let's get into it. Yeah.
We have this reputation of playing down to our opponents, right? And I was curious because you said that, and I was like, we're at like whatever, a 115 point pace or something like that, 3rd in the league. How bad are we actually at playing, teams that you should 100% win? So I took a look at the bottom 10 teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't played the Blue Jackets or Chicago yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's up in the air right now. But Anaheim are 1-0-1. That's okay, but whatever. Arizona 0-2-0. San Jose 1-0-1. Vancouver 1-0-0. Montreal now 0-2-0. Ottawa 1-0-0. Philly 3-0-0. And Detroit 2-1-0.
Okay.
Which isn't that bad when you think about it.
It's like, is that hidden what, like 50?
It's a 9-5-2.
Okay. All right.
Which in itself is not a horrible record. That's a 102.5 point pace.
Mhm.
But that's against the bottom 10 teams.
Exactly. Yeah.
If we went at a pace that actually elite teams play against bottom 10 teams, we would be in the running for the President's Choice.
Mhm.
Not President's Choice. What's it? President's Trophy.
We'd be up there fighting with Tampa. Or not Tampa, sorry, with Boston.
Boston. But like, honestly, and it's like, these are just points that you're giving away.
Yeah. Yeah.
We played like the Laval Rocket today. We did not play the Montreal Canadiens. We played against an AHL level team,
Exactly.
and we blew it. And you know, there's a lot of things that play into that. We should touch on the officiating because Jesus Christ, was it awful again? But you know, we've talked about the officiating for the past fucking week. Like,
when is that never
month.
a topic
Like, yeah.
though? Like, I feel like that's always been an issue, and it's not just for the Leafs. I'm like, this officiating is bad throughout the league, right? So it's just something that we've come to expect.
Yeah.
It's just, if you know something is not going to go your way, why leave it up to chance in that, right? Just play well in the 5-on-5 and get something going, right?
Yeah, and like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of talking about officiating, even though it's been total shit.
Mhm.
It's also like, it's gonna happen. We know what NHL officiating is.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I was just, I don't know what to say about this game. It was brutal, especially following the first period. I had my hopes high. Like, I started the game with my hopes low because it's the
Oh,
Leafs and we
dude,
were playing a
forget
bottom
about
10
just
team.
starting.
And then the first minute,
Exactly.
Giordano. Absolutely stellar, like, still productive at 39 years old. What a legend. Cap hit of 800K, like market value of probably like 4 or 5 million. Scores within the first minute, and I'm like, rolling. And we killed it for the rest of the period.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, they,
Like,
they
that's-
pulled up a picture of Gio back when he was back when he wasn't even in the NHL. I swear this man has not aged. Like, he got a little bit of salt here and there in the beard, or like all salt, I guess, in the beard, but beautiful genetics, by the way. But yeah, the Leafs played fantastic in that first period, and we were
Dude,
up 2-0, right?
The 2-0 goal was so nice.
It
dude.
was fan-fucking-tastic.
Like,
But then,
that was such a sweet play.
yeah, but then they start the second, and you can tell something's just off. They just seem like the energy, the soul was just ripped out of them, and they're like, you know what? Let's take the period off. And that's not to say that Samsonov. Oops. That's not to say that Samsonov was playing bad. Samsonov fucking kept us in there for a large majority of it, right?
Yeah.
And it was insane that for another time that we're kind of just leaving our goaltenders out to dry, right? The same thing happened with Matt Murray to an extent. I mean, Matt Murray had a couple ones that he probably should have saved 2 games back, but it's just a similar situation where you leave your goalies out to dry and you kind of just hope and pray, right? And if it wasn't for Samsonov in net today, who knows? It could be like we probably wouldn't even be coming out of this game with a point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, I agree. Like, Samsonov had a great game, and he had to fight through some adversity. Like, you know, we had a comment in the chat from Consmax talking about how Sammy got ran 3 times and tripped once.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He got, unfortunately, no help from the team or the refs when it came to his condition. Because, like, he got ran so many times. It's ridiculous. It's frankly insane that they didn't get a penalty from that. And it's also frankly insane that no Leaf stepped up.
Yeah, that's another big thing. Especially because it happened back to back, right? Like, it's not even like it happened like in the first period and then the third or whatnot. It happened within the same period. And yeah, like absolutely no pushback whatsoever, right?
Yeah, and he was fantastic. Like, he was the reason we got a point. And that's like the one good thing that can come out of this game. We got a point, and the Habs are 2 points, you know, they're ruining their tank.
2 points away
like,
from Bedard.
Yeah, I really hope they don't get it. You know, at least you know that we did our job. We lost to them, so ruining their tank. Maybe that was the plan all along.
Yeah.
It's
it was
brutal.
Tough watching them out there today. Yeah, and in that third, I mean, like, they looked better, but still, it's the same type of. I mean, anything looked better than that second. That second looked like it was probably the worst period that they've ever played in the season, right? The third, they looked a little bit better, but just not playing. They were playing really sloppy, I would say, right? Just not playing great and just playing tactical and the way that they should be, right? And I actually have a stat that I took a picture of after the first, right? So the stats after 20 Sportsnet was fantastic putting this out there. When the Leafs were up 2-0 after the first, they owned for the ozone possession, they had almost 3 minutes to the Canadiens 55 seconds. The shots were 15-4, and by the end of the second, it was all evened at 23 shots and then 2 goals each, right?
Yeah.
Crazy
I
stuff.
mean, everyone should just go on Money Puck and take a look at the expected goals.
Oh, where it shot up and after the second?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally at the end of the first, we were way higher, and then throughout the second, we barely got any expected goals, and the Habs just fucking shot up crazy amounts. Yeah, the second period was horrible. I think they had like 88% expected goal share in that second period. Not only should we not be doing that against teams that are on the same level, like, you know, like if we had that period against Boston, it would be a bad period. But you did that against the Habs without Caulfield, without Slavkovsky. Who else are they missing? They're missing a lot.
They're
of
missing.
people.
I mean, Price has been missing the entire time.
Well, Price probably isn't coming back.
Yeah. I mean, they're out Allen, Gallagher,
Jake Allen, Caden Gooley, Jake Evans, Brendan Gallagher, Paul
Mohan-
Byron,
yeah,
John Monahan,
Monahan.
and Joel Amria.
Yeah, they're gone. They're
What
literally
the
fielding their
fuck?
second team.
Like,
It's-
this is horrible.
Listen,
They
I
took a bottom 10 team, took away all of their good players, and they won against us.
you know how bad it is? It's like I'm looking at the Montreal roster, and I'm this is a question that was pulled up on Watch a Game with Steve Dangle. Out of the Montreal roster for today, how many of these guys actually make the Leafs lineup? Like, that's a fantastic way of phrasing that.
Seriously, like, it's ridiculous. And like, I'm not even gonna take anything away. Like, I'm not gonna say the Leafs played horribly. I want to give the Habs credit because they deserved that win. They played hard. They played like they wanted to fucking win.
Yeah, I mean, both their goals in that second period were not easy goals, right?
Yeah.
They had to really work for it. They played the net, they crashed the net hard, and they were playing just. It was scrappy, but they made it work, and that's kind of what you need to do when you're playing against a team that's, on paper, significantly better than you. You got to just make chances out of thin air.
And their stars Nick Suzuki and Josh Anderson stepped up. Like, you know, they played well. And like Josh Anderson absolutely destroys us every time he plays us. I don't know what it is about playing the Leafs, but he like turns it on. And the stupidest thing, I hate Josh Anderson because he dives so fucking much for how big he is. But then every time he scores, it makes me so angry because I hate how he dives and then he just kills us. Oh my god, I hate Josh Anderson so much. He's rent-free in my brain. But yeah. It was just a horrible period. And I thought, you know, the third, if the second didn't happen right before, I wouldn't be mad at the third. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But it's still...
Yeah,
they were just shaking the third too. It was just sloppy, I think, more than anything else. Obviously, it wasn't as egregious as that second, but bro, come on, man, not good stuff out there. And I want to touch a little bit on the Caulfield situation because again, this is a guy who was playing fantastic and is a huge bright spot for the Habs. And it's unfortunate that he's going out for the rest of the season with a shoulder injury, but in a season where it's the best
time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They're looking to tank, essentially going for the Bedard sweepstakes, baby. And yeah, I mean, just try to rest up your guys and play for the next year, right?
Yeah, I mean, for them, it's just the season's lost. Just, you know, do your surgery, get back to healthy for the start of next season, and go and get Bedard. I mean, it's like, it makes perfect sense for them, right? Like, they're not going to go for a playoff spot. So, yeah, Caulfield's a great young player, which makes it all the more frustrating that we lost to this team without him. So, you know, like, it's just, like, I haven't even heard of half the players they had on the, like, who scored that second goal? His name was like Harvey Pinard, I think.
Harvey Pinard, yeah, Raphael Harvey Pinard.
I don't know who that is.
It's his first goal of the season, so I'm assuming that he was called up.
Like, I'm looking through
Literally,
the
probably a Lavelle Rocket.
like, I honestly don't know who Ilonen is. Belzil, I remember from last year, but I think he only played like one game. Kovacevic. I don't know who these people are, and that's probably because we only played the Habs one time as well. But like, how are we losing to these guys?
Oh, dude, yeah, he's a Lavelle. He's a Lavelle
Yeah,
Rocket.
of course he's a Laval Rocket.
He's like
Where else
3
would they get it?
games.
He's not an NHL player.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
just
so
crazy stuff.
frustrating.
Hey, but
And-
the trade deadline is coming up soon, and I've been hearing one name being thrown out a lot
I've
actually.
been hearing two,
Oh yeah,
and I want to talk about them because I don't like either of them.
is your first one have to do anything with the Blue Jackets?
Yes.
Gavrikov?
Yeah, Gavrikov.
Yeah,
So
what are
I
your
think,
thoughts on him? Because yeah, go ahead. You can give the breakdown.
Yeah, no, it's just Elliot Friedman reported that we were interested in Gavrikov, I think, along with Edmonton.
Yeah.
Right? For Edmonton, it kind of makes sense because their decor sucks ass. I don't know why we're doing this.
I agree. I think there's
just-
other holes that we should be looking to fill.
We should be looking to fill that forward
Forward top 2,
way more
or
than
that
a
second.
D-man.
Yeah, that second
Like-
left winger, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, agreed.
who does Gavrikov push up? He
I-
shoots left and he's a defenseman.
Yeah.
You want to know who else shoots left and is a defenseman on our team? Literally everyone else.
Yeah. Poor
Literally
Riley, like,
everyone
yeah.
else other than
Just
Justin
keep
Hall.
going.
Who is he pushing out?
I don't
Like,
like. Do you push out Hall at that point? But Hall and
No.
Gio has looked fantastic together.
I mean, they didn't have a great game today. I will
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. But I mean, nobody had a
Especially
fucking
Hall.
good game today. Let's talk about that.
But like,
yeah,
you're not pushing out Hall because he plays on the PK. Again, you can't push out Hall. He's like, you need
yeah,
someone
that's true.
to replace him on the penalty kill. Until you get someone to replace him on the penalty kill, he stays. Now,
Mhm.
Gavrikov might be that person,
Mhm.
but then he's worse than Hall. Like, why? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to replace anyone with Gavrikov. He's just not that. He's not a puck moving defense. Like, he's not that good. So, are you getting it for the depth? Because, like,
Yeah, he's still
why are we-
2.8 mil as well, right? And yeah,
well,
he's
and
not
why are
having
we
a.
gonna spend assets like that? Like, there's
Yeah.
no. It doesn't make sense.
Because
It doesn't make
realistically,
sense.
what are you gonna get? What are you gonna pay for him? Like at least a first rounder, right? Like,
I
you're probably
don't
paying-
think Gavrikov's going for a first round.
That's
fucking
what's
hope
being
not.
reported though. That he's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
going for a
we're-
first round.
Dude, if we pay a first rounder for Gavrikov, I'm done.
Yeah,
No way.
exactly. And he's having a bad season this year too. I mean, we look at the points for this season so far, right? And he's only had 10 points, right? Playing half the games, right?
And you know, that's not his game either. Like, I'm not too
Yeah.
worried about the points. It's just like he's just not that great of a defenseman.
Mhm.
Like, he's sort of the guy that, like, you know, commits interference at the blue line and it's hard
Yeah, but
to
that's
play
not
against
what
that
we
type
need.
of
Exactly.
style. But
Yeah.
like, he's just not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like what Florida did with Ben Chiarot. It's like, you don't want to be paying a first round pick
Yeah.
for that type of player. I just don't understand. And
Yeah.
then the second guy I heard, which is a little better, is Jake McCabe. But again, Jake McCabe is, I believe, a left-handed defenseman. I do not understand why we were going for left-handed defensemen. Like, Jake McCabe has better results, I think, than Gavrikov.
Mm.
And I think he would also probably cost maybe less. I don't know. But his cap hit is at like $4 million, so they're going to have to retain.
Mm.
But I don't get why we, like, I don't know how much, what's it called? Value I should be putting into these reports.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we haven't heard anything actually tangible. You
Mhm.
know, a deal isn't in place. We just hear speculation.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go too nuts. But this is speculation from, like, reputable sources.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Elliot
it's-
Friedman is not, he's not
Yeah,
just throwing shit
yeah.
out there.
Mhm.
That means we're probably looking at Gavrikov. I do not get why.
I
And
think
if we-
it's yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I think it's okay to I think it's okay to like speculate and see what's available and see what's on the market. Whether they pull the trigger or not is going to be interesting because yeah, you're not. I mean, they're looking for a first rounder. They're not gonna. You're not gonna I don't think you're gonna be willing to pay that, especially for a minimal upgrade, I guess, in our lineup. I think that the primary position, like we talked about, right, it's gonna be our second left winger, and that's not to say that Yarncroc has not been performing. He's played pretty well, right, and he's done his job pretty well so far, right? But I think they're trying to look for some kind of elite scoring forward for that line, and it's gonna be tough trying to see who they find, and seeing who's available, right? Because the cap hit is the biggest concern for us.
Yeah, and like, listen, like, I get if we want to just see what's out there, check what the market value is on defensemen, because it's never a bad idea to, store depth. But speaking on defensive depth, this is the best year we've ever had when it comes to defensive depth.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best defensive years we've had as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And why is this the biggest priority when this is probably one of our lower scoring years?
Mm-hmm.
We have a specific hole, a positional hole that we have within the starting lineup, not with depth. And then on top of that, like, what happens if Yarncroc gets injured or Bunting?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? Who do we put in that top 6 left wing? We know what doesn't work. We've tried it.
Yeah.
Like,
are they going to put Kerf back up there again?
Like, if a defenseman gets injured, we've got Connor Timmins. We've got Jordy Ben.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Victor Mete. They are all NHL players.
Mm-hmm.
And we've all seen them play, and we've all seen them work in those specific roles where they can fit in a bottom 6 or a bottom pair position. And then we can move up, a Sandin, a Liljegren, a Gio Hall, whatever, to a position of elevated priority.
Yeah.
We've seen that work. Top 6 left wing. We need people.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't have that depth in that position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I want to hear more speculation and more reports that we are venturing in towards that, process rather than going for a guy like Gavrikov or Jake McCabe, because those are pretty big names for what you're getting. I just don't like it. I don't want to see Liljegren or Sandin sit in a playoff game.
Yeah.
They're too good for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the problem is, like, it's gonna be tough, especially for the cap position. Like, do you think we should be looking for a band-aid solution, or someone who should be an elite threat that's gonna slot in there over Yarncroc? Like, what's the goal that we're trying to achieve with this, right? I think that's the first thing that they need to kind of nail down.
We also have to consider, like, Dubas and Shanahan are also playing for a lot here. This
Especially
is the last year
Dubas,
of Dubas's contract.
Mm-hmm.
We've already talked about how he's not getting extended until the season ends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the results of this season are going to be pretty big on whether or not he gets extended. And I like Dubas. I love Dubas.
Yeah.
For what he's like. I think he's made good moves.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to go pretty big here.
Yeah?
I don't think he's going to
How
go
big are we
for-
thinking?
I
Like
don't know, but I think
Bo
we get
Horvat
someone-
level big.
I don't know if we have the assets for that, but I
Yeah,
think
no.
we're going to go for someone who can sort of slot in that top 6.
Mhm.
And I hope we do. Like, I think, Tampa and Boston are probably going to be making moves,
Mhm.
Like, the competition in the Atlantic, this isn't the West.
Mhm.
This isn't the Pacific Division or this,
Yeah.
This is going to be tough to get out of the first round, and it's going to be tough to get out of the second round.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't have an easy first round matchup, and no first round matchup is easy, as noted by the Habs beating us 2 years ago. But you're gonna have to make a splash to beat Tampa and to beat Boston, and in my opinion, that splash should be that left wing position.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we need another defenseman that pushes down our young guys and doesn't give them time. And then on top of that, you have enough NHL defensive depth. Like, it's just not a priority to me. I don't see why it's a priority to the team.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And listen, We are not GMs for a reason. I don't know what the answer is. All the people in the chat asking are having all these trade deadline or trade prospects or projections and whatnot out there. It's fun to speculate, but the reason why we're here just talking about it is because we don't know what's going to be available, and it's up to Dubas to kind of show his worth and really try to make magic out of nothing, right? Because he is going to be in a top spot right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how he kind of works around this. Because yeah, you said it perfectly. I mean, it's not going to be easy, and I don't think a lot of Leafs fans are going to be happy if we get out of if we drop the first round again, right?
Yeah,
They're going to be calling for a lot of freaking heads.
Yeah,
I might even get the helium back again and actually have a clown wig and a clown nose for that.
Yeah, and like our MO over the past couple of seasons has been somewhat interesting. Like we go for a lot of depth over the past couple years, and I don't think it's necessarily worked out.
Yeah.
But you know, when we did make that big splash, it was for like Nick Foligno. You know what I mean? Like we're giving up a lot of assets for players that don't necessarily move the needle offensively, and that's what I want to like. I want to see guys who move the needle offensively, because I think that's our biggest concern right now. That we're you know, struggling to score at some points throughout the season, and like you need someone who's got offensive talent for that. Jared McCann would be nice.
Throw that out there. If only they kept him. You know, it's funny. Every time I see a McMahon, I'm like, hey, McCann? Oh, crap. Bad memories.
Okay, but to be fair, Bobby McMahon was one of the massive bright spots of today.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way he plays.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I want to touch on one thing. The Marlies are fucking rolling, and that's without some of their big guys. Like, they're cruising right now. They've gone on like I think since December 9th, they're 14-1-1. There is some talent on that roster, which makes me excited, because like the Marlies that we've seen play on the Leafs this year have all impressed me.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of happy. Like, it was sad to see Pontus go down, but it's like I'm happy that he's getting some good playing some really good hockey with the Marlies as well, right?
Yeah,
at least he has that opportunity.
Really, really solid. I think he has 2 points right now in 2 games. A guy with the Marlies.
I gotta look it up again, but yeah, I mean he's playing fantastic, and again the All-Star break is coming up soon too, so it's nice to get Pontus some more playing time, and it's going to be important. Obviously,
and I expect him to
later.
He's going to be brought up.
Exactly. I think it's
like,
mainly just to get some games in him during the break and whatnot, right?
Yeah, and yeah, he's a good player. I think he'll be fine, but yeah, the way I see it is McMahon should stay in, Pontus should stay in, and I think like Dryden Hunt / Wayne Simmons should be our extras. And I know that they both play a different style of game, so if the game calls for it, then put them in. But I really like Holmberg, and I really like McMahon, and like just the way McMahon forechecks is so nice. He could have so many points already, and it sucks that he has none. But the way he's playing, he's gonna get one eventually. So. Hats off to McMahon, one of the bright spots.
Yeah,
but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, are you confident in the Leafs right now?
Right now, I still am confident in them, because again, like we gotta look back. Like, yeah, this was a bad game. They kind of handed the Jets. They handed the Jets like a massive L last game, and then even that Boston game, we look back at it and the Leafs were competitive through and throughout, right?
Oh, that was like a playoff game. That
exactly,
was a great game. I love to watch that.
But that's what I mean. Like the Leafs, and you mentioned this too, right? They play to the level of the competition, and luckily for us, we're gonna play against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round, who have gone to the finals like 3 years in a freaking row, man.
Did you see wait 1 second. Did you see I think it was today.
The jersey got thrown on the ice?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Stuff. Okay.
In the Flames game, I think it was today, right?
It was
Earlier
today. Do you it has to be for clout. Like I guarantee you that was
what
not
clout?
Bro.
No camera went to him.
Yeah,
We don't even know who threw it.
This
Or
man
him
like
or
is
her.
definitely recording himself, threw it out on IG and was just like, "Hey, look at me."
But that's insane. Like,
Yeah.
imagine being on like a 115-point pace for a team that's made the finals 3 times in a row, won 2 of them, and then throwing your jersey on the ice.
And you want to
Are
know
you
the best
kidding
part?
me?
You know whose jersey it was?
Vazzy.
It was Vass's
Like,
jersey.
are you kidding me? I'm so like that's like $200
Yeah,
thrown away
way
for
too much
nothing.
money.
You're not even making a point.
It's so expensive.
Oh
Like
my
I get
God.
nervous every time I wash my jersey because I'm like, please let like the lettering be okay.
Yeah,
Let
don't have to
nothing
let I
get
don't want to have to
damaged.
buy another jersey.
Yeah, and then these mans are just throwing their jerseys on that ice. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, brutal.
That's when you
But-
know you've been spoiled by just greatness the last couple of years.
Yeah. It's like insane. It's insanity.
Hey,
But
you know what I am gonna be interested for? As soon as this podcast is done, I am gonna turn on the freaking Vancouver Canucks game.
Oh,
Oh,
my heart goes
jeez.
out to Bruce, man.
I
My
know.
heart goes out to Bruce.
That the way they handled
Just
that
bring him back.
situation
Just
was
bring him to
horrible.
Toronto. Bring him to Toronto. We know
I
he's a
heard he was
Leafs
a
fan.
Leafs fan. Yeah,
We
yeah.
know he's a Leafs fan. He's talked about it multiple times. He's like
There you go.
not even quiet about it. Bring him, whatever it takes.
Just bring him home.
The thing I know was that like originally I think he didn't want to go for an assistant position.
Uh-huh.
He wanted a head coach job, which obviously we can't do with Keith here. But like if we can, just bring him on as an assistant. Like that would be so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And he deserves it. I love him.
Exactly. And even if he's just put him there just to freaking cheer for the Leafs, even if I see him just in the stands or on the bench, just like with like one of those like fingers just cheering us on, like who cares? Let him have it. But yeah, the situation was just wild. Anyways, this is a Leafs podcast, not a Canucks podcast. Be sure to tune in after that game to Game Over Vancouver. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of gonna do it here for us. Like, it was just an absolute shit game, and
I'm sure
it's something
Berkshire
that
and
we-
Mark are laughing their heads off.
Oh,
in
yeah.
in the Habs broadcast.
yeah.
Like
Damn it.
Berkshire
I was-
tweeted beforehand. He was like, "I predict this game's gonna end
Is it
7-1."
7-1?
Yeah,
I saw
and
that.
was just like, for who?
Yeah. Classic Leafs fashion. You know, I was so excited. We were gonna start off the podcast. I was gonna be like, listen, guys, send over your regards to the Habs. Friendly rivalry. But no, every single game we freaking lose against the Habs. Are you kidding me? And instead, I
Like,
had to
it's
huff
fucking
like
wild.
helium.
It's fucking wild. We have a worse record against the bottom 10 teams than the rest of the league.
Yeah. Hey, listen, would you rather have it the other way? Probably
Yes.
not. So.
No.
I
I mean, we are going to face the good teams in the playoffs, but that hasn't been successful the past 5 years. So
Yeah.
what if I have my,
Yeah.
brutal.
Well, I mean, we don't have to look too far. I mean, the Leafs are going to be playing on Monday against the New York Islanders, a team that is 2-5-3. Okay, so a team in their last 10, a team we should definitely be winning.
Also, 14 minutes ago,
Yeah.
a little Fire Lou chant in the arena for
Oh,
the
God.
Islanders. So
Oh, God.
they're in a bit of turmoil as well,
Yeah.
which I find hilarious.
And guess who's going to win against the Leafs?
No,
Hopefully not them.
they're not a bottom 10 team, so we might have a chance.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, that's going to do it here from us. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm actually like after that helium, I actually got a little lightheaded. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not healthy to do that.
But
Like,
it was
replaces
good
the
though.
oxygen.
Tell me it wasn't good. It was like
Yeah.
it went pretty high. Anyways,
I mean,
that's
the-
gonna do it here from us. We're just chatting now at this point, just as like a therapy session over this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, not the game. The game, I don't think anybody enjoyed it unless you're a
no,
Habs fan.
no
If
one
you're a
did.
Habs fan, then
Then get
laugh
to the
all
other
you want.
broadcast.
Enjoy.
Get outta
Yeah,
here.
go talk to Berkshire. But yeah, that's gonna do it here from us. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And make sure you like and subscribe. It actually really helps us out. And yeah, stay tuned in for all the other podcasts that we have on the platform. I mean, the Habs podcast is still going on with Mark and Andrew, and later today, I'm sure the Vancouver podcast is going to be a lot of fun too. So stay tuned in for that. And yeah, that's going to do it for us. Good night, everyone.
Game over! Powered by Sports Interaction, Canada Sportsbook.